What's up, SVGers? Happy to have you for another edition of the SVG News Sponsor Spotlight video interview series. I'm Brandon Costa from SVG. Very, very happy, pleased to be joined by our new friends at Phenix. Their Chief Marketing Officer is Jed Corenthal. Jed, it's wonderful to see you. How you doing, sir? Really appreciate you stopping by.
Brandon, great to see you. Happy New Year. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy New Year to you and everyone at the team as well. Look, not pulling any punches. We're thrilled to have Phenix as a part of the SVG family. We're really happy to have you on board. For those that aren't familiar with Phenix, tell us about the company, what you develop, and what you provide for specifically the sports video market.
Sure, great. So we are really the only company that's been able to solve many of the issues plaguing the streaming community. Latency, scalability, synchronous viewing, quality. So what we sort of have been able to do is we developed a platform that enables us to stream content in real time, and by real time I mean a half a second or less of latency end to end, meaning from the moment we get the signal from the camera or from the field of play or wherever we get that signal to the moment the user sees it on whatever device they're watching that action on is a half a second or less anywhere in the world. We're able to do that at scale, so we can reach hundreds of thousands or millions of people while maintaining that same half second of latency. And we also do it in sync, so everybody watching is watching at the same time, regardless of device, ISP, location, platform, et cetera. So it's that combination of things is what makes us unique. There's a few companies out there that have been able to sort of hit one or two of the key elements of streaming, but it's being able to stream in real time, in sync, and at scale is what sort of separates us.
Yeah, I would love to follow up on that theme of latency, which I know is a big, big thing for you guys. When we talk about in the industry at large, kind of what the next generation viewing experience is going to look like, you hear a lot of very cool and promising things like watch parties and certainly interactivity. Sports betting, obviously, within a live environment.
The Holy Grail.
Exactly, the Holy Grail. In some cases, if you look at that, that can be, all right, maybe we're biting off more than we can chew here. When you look at where latency is at, when people are talking about creating these kinds of viewership experiences, how do you guys view where latency is at and how possible those things are currently in 2022?
For us, they're possible. For many others, they're not quite possible. So you're exactly right. I mean, the world is changing, and even a few seconds for us is too long. So when you start talking about, the need for interactivity, and you mentioned a couple things like watch parties and social viewing and things of that nature, even having 2 or 3 seconds of latency means that everybody's a little out of sync and everybody's a little off, which really does not lend itself to a positive user experience. So we're really focused on a real-time stream. We don't use the term low latency or ultra low latency or anything like that. We're focused primarily and solely on real-time streaming. So we can add that level of interactivity to the stream where people can talk with themselves and talk, with people in the content. You could have celebrities, sort of commentating on content, multi-angle. One of the things that we're doing for the NFL and Edgecast, which is formerly Verizon, is a multi-camera feature. So you can watch a game on your mobile device from 7 different camera angles. And each of those cameras are in real time and in sync. So you can't do that if you're 2, 3, 5, 10, 30, 60 seconds behind. So it's those types of things that real time really is sort of table stakes.
Very exciting possibilities for the very immediate future. At Phenix, Jed, who are some of the clients or recent, when you look back at the past year, maybe some big client wins or some big announcements for the company? What are some of the highlights for you guys right now?
Sure. Well, I just mentioned Edgecast, so we're doing a lot of work with former Verizon Edgecast and the NFL and the NBA, and we're going to be streaming the Super Bowl for them as well this year. We're doing a lot of work in the UK and around the world in the betting space. For companies like Stats Perform and RMG, we're handling 70-80% of the horse race streaming in the UK. We had some big announcements this year where we became part of the SRT Alliance. So where we released another way of ingesting content into the platform. Really, the idea is to be as compatible and as easy as possible for companies to integrate with Phenix quickly, easily, seamlessly. And really, that's sort of the goal, is to really to make us as ubiquitous as possible.
Cool. Well, very exciting stuff. Before we let you go, when you look ahead to 2022, we're right here at the beginning of the calendar year. What excites you about where specifically the sports video production industry can go as it pertains to some of the solutions that you provide?
Yeah, I think certainly one area that we're very excited about is certainly, we touched on it in sports betting. A lot of states are starting to pass legislation around sports betting, and what we've seen is the move to mobile betting is something like 90% of bets that are now taken in the states that have betting are mobile. So, what we really, we're seeing, or we feel like we're going to start to see more and more video on sports books and for betting, where people are going to be able to bet on every play. It's a term that's been kind of thrown out called micro betting or microwagering. But you really need real-time streaming to enable that. And that's something that we're super excited about, being able to bet on every pitch in a baseball game or every play in a football game. It takes the sort of the term in-play betting to a new level on steroids. So I think that's something that we're going to start seeing a little bit more of in 2022.
He is Jed Corenthal. He is the Chief Marketing Officer at Phenix. Jed, again, thank you so much for being here today. We're really excited to have Phenix as a part of the SVG family. It's wonderful to see you. Looking forward to a fun 2022.
Happy to be here. Thanks, Brandon.
All right. To learn more about Phenix, you can visit them at their website at phenixrts.com. Of course, you see it on your screen, but it's spelled PHENIX RTS.com. And of course, head on over to sportsvideo.org, where you can learn more about them and many of the other technological developers that are out there in the industry today. For now, I'm Brett Acosta. We'll see you soon.